The AAMC is pleased to welcome you to our series, Building the Future of GME Recruitment with ARIS and Thalamus. Today's webinar is Ask Us Anything, Fireside Chat with AAMC and Thalamus Leadership. We are recording and we'll make the archive available after. We will email you once we post it. We did mute all participant audio. If you need help, please send us a message. The presentation includes time for Q&A, and you may submit a question at any time by clicking the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. It's now my pleasure to turn this over to Patrick Fritz, Senior Director of Residency and Fellowship Services. Patrick.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hello, and welcome to our final webinar in our joint webinar series, Ask Us Anything, a fireside chat with AAMC and Thalamus Leadership. My name is Patrick Fritz. I'm the Senior Director for ARIS at the AAMC. And today I'm joined by the AAMC's Chief Services Officer, Gabrielle Campbell, and Thalamus Founder and CEO, Dr. Jason Reminick. Next slide, please. So our objectives for today are to provide direct access to organizational leadership, to ask us any questions that you'd like to, field questions from across the virtual learning series topics. Those topics range from holistic review and how to use Cortex and Core to support your program or your institution, to the data that we're offering through this partnership, through the different tools that applicants and advisors and programs and institutions can access, and to clarify any common concerns and elevate community voices. I'm just going to provide a quick overview of our strategy, and I'll be followed by Gabrielle and Jason, and then we'll open it up for questions. So this partnership between the AAMC and Thalamus in its short time of just 2 years now, a little over 2 years, has been transformative. More than 8,000 programs are using Thalamus, and we're excited to be offering Cortex next year to support holistic review for programs reviewing applicants. This has improved efficiency for application reviews for programs and given greater insights to DIOs and GME offices. It has centralized the interview management process for applicants, a key challenge for many years expressed by schools and applicants. And this is no longer an issue for ARIS participating programs and applicants that apply through ARIS. The data we now have allows us to see behaviors from application through to the interview. We can better understand what's happening throughout the process. And this data is being shared in many ways to institutions to refine their processes, schools and applicants through the new Residency Explorer near real-time analytics for advisors, helping applicants better target their applications, which has also led to reduced costs. And this is just the beginning. Our strategic focus is to continue to enhance our products and expand our data offerings. We're also partnering with specialties and institutions to look to improve their recruitment and selection efforts and look at ways to build the future workforce together. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Gabrielle for the next piece. Thank you.
All right. Hello and good afternoon, and thank you everyone for joining us. This is a really exciting opportunity to share with you work that we're doing, as well as hear about this collaboration work that we're excited to talk about. So first, I'd like to share the context in which the ARIS and Thalamus collaboration fits within the AAMC. So the AAMC is a broad organization. We're a membership organization, we're a think tank, we're a services organization, and we have a very intense focus, particularly right now in the advocacy space. You may be aware we're doing quite a lot of work around on the research grant cuts that have been out there, defending medical education, as well as supporting communities through changes in admissions, financial aid, et cetera. And that's a core part of the work that we're doing with our community in helping support medical education across that entire continuum. We also have 2 areas of focus in particular that I'd like to highlight. One is to be the guide and the supporter for learners as they're moving across this entire continuum from inspiration to practice. And we're doing that through trying to help improve the processes that they're navigating, whether that's through interview management, for example, with our partnership with Thalamus, as well as providing greater insights through data transparency as they are making their decisions through these high-stakes processes. And also, we seek to be a critical partner for the specialties and for the residency programs as they look towards their future workforce and how could they be seeing and thinking about those individuals that are going to be working with them into the future. Next slide, please. So in terms of the transition to residency itself, the ARIS and Thalamus collaboration plays a key role in our work in creating an equitable and effective transition to residency that ensures optimal, culturally responsive, and safe patient care for all patient populations. Here at the AAMC, we focus in on 4 priorities in particular: improve learner development, innovative and intuitive selection application tools, and that's where this relationship fits in here between ARIS and Thalamus, the safe, equitable, and inclusive training environments, and analytics and program specialty data, also a key part of this work and collaboration with Thalamus. Next slide, please. One particularly important effort that we have underway at the AAMC, being led by my colleague, Dr. Lisa Howley, is the National Collaborative to Improve the Transition to Residency, which we're calling NCITR. And this is to bring together a number of different organizations, dozens of organizations across medicine, to share what they're working on, to amplify that, to help everybody else see what these pockets of innovation are across the community. We've had 2 meetings together, December and in June, and it really is to work together to figure out how we can create positive impact in the community. And this is just one part of this broader ecosystem of work we have underway. Next slide. And I think that's it. Okay, well, we will now move on to my colleague, Jason Remnick. Thanks very much for being here today, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, this is the 6th installment of our summer webinar series about the collaboration. We started this back in June, and we've done 6 sessions, 3 of which we are calling innovation conversations and the other 3 demos. And we started initially with introducing the future of GME recruitment and this series and a lot of what we've talked about. There were 3 demos that followed that focused on Cortex and Thalamus Holistic Review using the AAMC's framework and their selection science team presenting how to incorporate holistic review into your review process, and the Thalamus team showing how to then incorporate that into Thalamus Holistic Review for our competency-based scoring system. In the middle, we also talked about the data advantage and how much data that this collaboration is bringing to the community. And we're wrapping it up now with this Ask Us Anything Fireside chat series. And so excited to get to the questions today. But just to kind of provide an overall broader wrap up, we talked about the new Cortex that's out, and also the fact that Cortex as an application screening and review tool is now available to all ARIS participating residency and fellowship programs. We are very excited to roll out this new UI and UX. We're getting a lot of great feedback from the fellowships that are using it and continuing to build this out for the future based on the feedback that we've received from the community in the past as well, to really provide the best application review and screening experience through the collaboration, whether you're using ARIS PDWS or Cortex or some combination thereof. And so excited to continue to work with the community here. We talked about how this all integrates with Thalamus Holistic Review, our competency-based scoring system, which provides smarter, updated filters now, streamlined workflows supporting competency-based scoring, and really an AI-ready data architecture, which I'll come back to in just a moment. And we worked through many of the programs in these demos to help build your holistic review frameworks and then build that into the scoring software. And we talked about the Cortex Sandbox that's been released now as well. And this is a sandbox environment with the primary outcome to streamline change management for residency and fellowship programs by providing opportunities to better learn Cortex in low-stakes environments prior to the start of the season. It features mock applicant data, but also real program metadata, including filters, screen fields, scorecards, applicant indices, keywords, and more. It's fully integrated into a single platform with easy access for all program users. It doesn't require additional logons or other access to other websites. It's built into your main Thalamus and Cortex accounts. We've talked about all the updates we're making and all of the innovation across the collaboration, and Cortex now incorporates all of the updates to the ARIS application for this cycle, including expanded postgraduate training questions. We've expanded the feature set based on program and institutional feedback to better and more closely match the ARIS PDWS system and provide the programs with the ability to build really sophisticated and complex filter sets as well, using and or logic as well. And we're also working to bring a lot of innovation to the September residency cycle this season with the updates to the ARIS application, including the program signal statements pilot with anesthesia and plastic surgery, the short answer specialty specific integration pilot with anesthesia, neurosurgery, and plastic surgery, and then the geographic preference opt out at the specialty level pilot with orthopedic surgery and ENT or laryngology. And Cortex overall is getting even smarter. We're enhancing our core clerkship transcript normalization piece. We talked about broader expansion of AI and ML capabilities that we're working through, all following the AAMC's principles for ethical AI guidance in medical education, decision aids, fit indices, smart scoring, bulk email, tiers and tagging, and really much, much more to build out this comprehensive ecosystem that really streamlines the entire process for applicants, programs, and the entire transitions to residency and fellowship. And we're also updating all Thalamus products similarly to what we've done with Cortex. Thalamus Video is getting a refresh, and that'll be out by the start of the residency season. We're working on our mobile app to follow thereafter, and really bringing this new brand, this new look, and this new feel to the community so that it's not only a better Thalamus and continues to be the best software in this space, but also rivals any software in any industry. And so we've set a really high bar. We're excited to be innovating alongside our colleagues at the AAMC and ARIS, and have been now entering the third year of our collaboration and the third recruitment season. And so there is a lot more coming. And we also talked a lot about the data that this collaboration provides, including Residency Explorer, having applicant data and allowing applicants to see where they're competitive and learn more about the programs that they're interested in, now including Thalamus interview data, as well as the Dean's Workstation, which also includes Thalamus interview data now as well, so that advisors can have conversations with their advisees and their applicants to better understand how well they're doing throughout the process. Overall, with 90% residency participation and over 80% of all programs participating, we have near population level interview distribution data across many, many specialties and all our residency specialties, for instance. And we also have been developing and continuing to build out Cerebellum for programs and institutions, our data and analytics dashboard. We talked about all of the data that's going on through this collaboration, all of the research that's being done, all of the enhancements and innovation in the future, including specialty-specific dashboards, which will show the distributions of interviews for specialties in near real time for applicants, advisors, and programs. So there's a ton of work going into this collaboration. We wanted to come here today to have these discussions with the community and really this entire webinar series that we've done this summer. We're just really, really excited about the future, and we really, really appreciate your feedback because that allows us to understand what is important and what can drive value into this transition. But the amount of engineering work and product work and solutions that we are bringing to this community, we are super, super excited about. And so I have the privilege as well to announce something fresh off the presses or hot off the presses today. Thalamus has acquired a company called Metacratic to accelerate AI-powered innovation in medical education and transform physician workforce intelligence. Metacratic has a very similar origin story to Thalamus and was built by two medical students, one now a resident. And the founding team will be joining our team as well, along with a technologist who powered the third leg of the co-founding team of Metacratic. It has used AI to screen and pull out key data from ARIS applications. It's been piloted in a number of different specialties, including anesthesiology. We came together and saw similar overlap in that mission alignment, in that same mission alignment that existed and what brought together the Thalamus and AAMC collaboration. And so we're very excited to have our Metacratic colleagues join us as well. You can navigate to thalamusgme.com to see the press release and the FAQs. And overall, we'll be rolling out lots more features, including some for the start of this season, which will further communicate with the community as we roll out more data. The FAQs go through a lot of what I'm sure questions you have now. We're also happy to answer some of the questions on this today. But I think this was not planned to be announced today in the same day of this webinar. Just the stars kind of aligned here. But overall, we're super excited, and we appreciate the support from the AAMC and ARIS as well. We think this fits in very well well with the broader collaboration. I think it's a great marker of the innovation that our teams are bringing to market. We are very excited to have the Metacratic founding team join Team Thalamus and also bring tremendous value and expertise to the community alongside our team and the AAMC and the ARIS teams as well. I am very, very excited about this because it's going to help us continue to answer the questions that we know are important for the community to answer. Whether you're an applicant or you're a program, you're trying to decide where am I best aligned and where am I best going to accomplish for the applicants and be best set up for my best medical career and treat the patient populations that I want to treat and become the educator and the lifelong learner that I want to be. And for the programs, who are the applicants who are best aligned with our educational mission and are going to serve our patient populations and our physician workforce and otherwise as well? And how do you bring all of that together to answer that? We can do that through technology, and we're excited about what's to come there. We also really want to work towards likelihood. We know that geography is a major driver of where people match. We know that the community is sort of really hungry for more objective metrics and ways for us to bring data and pull data out of the application to find those applicants, to find those diamonds in the rough, to play that money ball, to find those applicants that are well aligned with your program, but also to understand their likelihoods of interviewing and or eventually ending up in training at your program. And so there is a lot of work being done across this collaboration. I am very, very excited about what is to come. We celebrate this with the community. Thank you for allowing us at Thalamus to get to this point and continue to grow and learn with you as well. And so very excited to announce that today there will be much, much more to follow. And so I will open it up to questions and the Q&A part of this Ask Us Anything. So very, very excited to dive in today and interact with the community as well.
Great. Thank you, Jason.
Thank
Looks
you.
like we have a few questions that have come in. One being around cost, knowing that the current offerings, Cortex, Core, Cerebellum, are complementary for programs. Will there be a cost in the future? Gabrielle, if you want to take that.
So we are very excited that as part of our collaboration, and not only is Core obviously part of the collaboration that we initially kicked off, but this year we have added Cortex to that as well, and Cerebellum has already always been a key part of it as altogether. So there's a suite that the AAMC and Thalamus are offering to the community on a complementary basis going forward. This is not a short-term deal. It is a long-term deal. So we have, again, the interview management piece with the itinerary wizard, Cortex for application review, and Cerebellum. So at a program, at an institution level, you can look across your data and you can see the data that's been ported over directly and streamlined from ARIS into all of your planning and all of the work that you're doing on a regular basis.
Yeah, and just to add to that, as Gabrielle said, this is a
I will note, someone also asked about video platform. I would ask that if you are considering the Thalamus video platform, to reach out to the Thalamus team. That is customercare@thalamusgme.com, and they can help you in considering how to integrate the Thalamus video platform into your process.
Yeah, as Gabrielle mentioned, we're excited to offer this collaboration complementary to programs. We're excited that Cortex is now in that offering as well. This is a long-term partnership and collaboration, and we don't anticipate anything changing for the community anytime soon. So unless you're budgeting really, really, really in the future, I don't think that is something to be concerned about right now. We're excited to keep this as is going forward as we build out the new features, whether it's part of the acquisition we just announced or other things. Those products are kind of where we're gearing to stay and keep them at that complementary offering for programs and institutions. And as Gabrielle noted, the Thalamus video is an additional fee, but if your program is using Zoom, Teams, or WebEx, you're also able to connect those to the Thalamus platform for free and use them as you would separately or otherwise.
Great. Thank you. There were some questions. I'm going to combine a couple about just about Cortex. You mentioned the changes, Jason. Could you highlight some of the changes to Cortex for this coming year? And then also perhaps just a quick overview of the scorecards.
Sure. So, Cortex has undergone an entire user interface and user experience refresh. It was based on input we received from the programs and the faculty that on average we were seeing 50%, 50% streamlining of the review process and saving of that review time. But in our user discussions and in feedback we received from the community, there were other ways they thought they could save some time and overall have less clicks. And so we spent a lot of time with our lead designers and our product managers re-envisioning Cortex, keeping the same kind of core, pun intended, to Cortex, but at the same time, how do we make it less clicks? How do we make the data more easily accessible? How do we refresh it so that it looks like really, really new software? One of the key enhancements is we've streamlined the menu bar to really break things down into user workflows to ease with change management. On the more detailed view of Cortex of each applicant, there's now an infinite scrolling page. So instead of having to click different tabs to view different parts of the application, you can literally scroll down and view the entire application using your scroll bar or otherwise without a single click. You can also click to a menu and it will jump to that section of the application, but it's one infinite page. It allows for easier access of documents, and it still remains fully integrated into Thalamus holistic review overall, which I'll get to in just a moment, which is on the scoring side, but it still has the keyword functionality, the timeline functionality, the grade transcript normalization for the core clerkships within and across medical schools. We're looking into other AI features as well with regards to personal statements and letters of recommendations. Again, we approach this with a very, very ethical and a very, very product inclusive way in which we build. There's some other updates we're still working on as well that we may bring this season to announce to the community also. And then at the same time, you have the entire Thalamus Holistic Review competency-based scoring system that allows programs to define competencies, whatever competencies you'd like, which then allows you to assign questions in those competencies, which are many different formats, such as yes, no, free response, multiple choice, drop down, Likert scaling, milestone-based scoring, where you can define the rubric for your faculty as well. There's notes integrated into that. There's a lot of configuration you can do to weight various things differently. Some scores, average scores, add up scores, weight different faculty differently, combine the different components that you want into what eventually develops into an overall score, which feeds into the tool that allows programs to then build rank lists or their initial rank lists within Thalamus, export those out, and then submit them to the match as well. And so a lot of things that we're building, a lot of new functionality. Cortex is also being updated, as I mentioned, to include all of the ARIS enhancements for the upcoming season as well. So a lot of work being put into Cortex. Oh, and I also forgot about the Cortex Sandbox again, which is helping programs learn and change manage in kind of that practice environment. And so getting a lot of great feedback on that as well.
Thanks, Jason. And on that, how do folks access the sandbox?
So to access the sandbox, one, you need to have Cortex enabled, which means you need to have registered for Eris for this season. Once you register for Eris, last year it was an opt-in. Now, as soon as you register, that kicks off that onboarding process that will enable Cortex for your program. If you've used Cortex in prior years and you have users that have Cortex access, they'll be able to access it right away. For those programs that are brand new to Cortex, on your administration page in Thalamus, you can go to any and navigate to any user with once Cortex is enabled, and then enable their individual Cortex access. Based on the user roles that they have, be it program admin, director, or coordinator, they will then be able to see everything in Cortex. Program interviewers, program residents, and program fellows have a more limited view within Cortex. But in any case, once they then log into Cortex itself, if they click on their name in the upper right-hand corner, they will see the Cortex sandbox in that menu. Clicking on that Cortex sandbox will take them to the sandbox. You'll see fake applicants with some cartoon pictures. You'll see the word Cortex sandbox at the top, and then you'll know that you're in the Cortex sandbox, and you can always navigate back to kind of real life production level Cortex as well from the sandbox too. It's all one login. It's all accessible from the same place. You just need to make sure that the program and the users are enabled with assigned permissions. And if you ever have any questions, click that help button in the bottom right hand corner, right into our help desk at customer care, and our team will be more than happy to support you and in whatever you need.
Excellent, thanks. Question here. How do student advisors access the Dean's Workstation Analytics platform? Great question. I think this is a tool that's underutilized by a number of advisors, in particular specialty advisors at schools. You can contact your admin user. Usually that is the Dean of Student Affairs. You can contact the ARIS Help Desk if you want to find out who that person is. We can put you in contact. But what they will do is be able to grant you a role to advise as an advisor role, in which case from there you can then access the analytics platform. And so I really encourage you to utilize that. It's near real-time data, historical data that can really help you inform applicants where they may be a good fit and where they have a good chance, and also just other institutions that could be a good place for them to apply. Some additional questions here. We will be posting this this webinar on our site as well. So you will have access to all 6 of the webinars we posted there. And they're really great trainings, as Jason had highlighted, through creating a scorecard, how to use Cortex, how to use AAMC's holistic review with Cortex. So they're really great resources. Some folks have asked about exporting scores into Excel documents. Just the best way. There are two questions, separate questions, just how to export into an Excel document, and also just how to export only the scores for applicants.
Yeah, so there is a mass score export in the scoring administration tab, which will do a data dump of every single score and every single scorecard. There's lots of other different data that can be exported. We have a number of reports that you can run both in Cortex and Core. We have data exports that can be run from Cortex and Core. You can export data from Cerebellum as well. We're also working at the institutional level right now with building some APIs to transfer data as well for some institutions that have various use cases. So we know that reporting and data exports are very important. It is something we are continuing to invest in, particularly on the Cortex side, as there's been more and more use of Cortex and more data fields there, and programs are using it more and more as a primary screening tool. We are investing a lot into that as well, and continuing to expand the filter set too. But there's a lot more that will be done there, particularly on the scoring side with reporting. But you can do an entire data dump of your entire scoring process in your administration tab. In the scoring administration view, you'll see a big export button, and that will allow you to pull out the data. And if you need to find that, please write to us in our customer care team, as Shannon mentioned in her answer as well, and we'd be more than happy to provide that. I think there's a related question in that someone brought up during one of the meetings. They're informed that a Thalamus staff will be assigned to us, and how do we contact them? So yeah, if you reach out to our customer care team by clicking the help button in the bottom right-hand corner of any Thalamus screen, customer care at thalamusgme.com. You can reach us either way, filling out our support and contact form. Every institution has what we call a program success manager on the Thalamus side. These are all individuals who are not only experts in our product, but they are also former program coordinators, administrators, and managers as well, who are experts in the GME space. This is something we've really been focusing on to expand broader ways to adopt and more proactively support programs and enable institutions as well. And so we have a team that's very, very passionate about GME and comes from the GME world, and much of our software has been built by GME for this community. And so, yeah, we want to provide programs and institutions, be it a technical question, a how do I set up my scoring card in a certain way question, how do I run the itinerary wizard, whatever questions you have, we will find a way to have someone answer that question for you who is an expert in our products. There's also obviously a number of materials that are available on our trainings and resources pages as well. But this is a very, very important piece of Thalamus. We consider it the thing that's really made us successful and allowed this collaboration to come together, is just our team's ability to be there for you and answer those questions for you before the season, during the season, at any time. So please let us know, and we're more than happy to help always.
Great. I don't see any other questions. I'm not sure if Jason or Gabrielle want to talk about any other issue right now that that come to mind based on the questions?
We just had a great question
Oh,
come in.
I'm in right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
about what future innovations are you most excited about with the Thalamus Metacratic collaboration, and how can users like us help shape what comes next? That is a wonderful question. I am most excited about really taking two organizations that have had really great ideas in how to approach this process and look at new ways and bring them together and join those forces alongside also our work with our AAMC colleagues and their selection science team to understand how can we leverage all of the data in this collaboration plus people who are really, really passionate about this space and have a lot of subject matter expertise in this space to find new ways and new data to help streamline the process and make it better for everybody, for applicants, for programs, for medical schools, for anyone who touches this process in every which way, shape, or form. For those of you that want to help, we love that. On the FAQ page for the collaboration or ways to get in contact with us, we are going to be reaching out to many programs. If you would like to be involved in shaping that future, we would love to have you. Our product teams want to talk to you. We want to learn what your challenges are. We want to show you things that we're building. We want your feedback. We don't develop this in silos or vacuums. Everything we've ever built at Thalamus has been because we've been working with programs and institutions and applicants in a very, very intimate way to understand what their struggles are, starting with my own challenges going through the process when I got stuck in New York City during Hurricane Sandy. So I am very, very excited about this collaboration. I think it's going to unlock things and make new things possible, which were never possible in the past. I think from the data discussion we had as part of this webinar series, the amount of data now is so immense and available in ways that it has never been before, particularly at the critical interview distribution stage of this process and phase. And so we are just really, really excited and bullish about the future. We'd love to learn with you. We'd love your feedback, good, bad, or otherwise. Like all of it makes us better and allows us to solve the problems and provide values to this community.
That's great. Quick question. Are you able to transfer residency CAS application to Thalamus? The short answer is yes, although using Eris, that's seamless transfer. It's also, I think it's important to point out, using Eris, your data will be included, your program data is included in Residency Explorer, which is the #1 tool used by applicants when researching programs. And so that's all part of the Eris program and the way that the data is shared and used with applicants.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note there that one, we are able to support the programs that are using those tools. But I think the broader and more important piece is this collaboration came together because of the fragmentation that existed in the community, particularly at the interview phase. And I think that was one of the major, I don't think, I know that was one of the major drivers for this collaboration and excitement in the community. And so we've built so much with the APIs, with the interview data in the Dean's Workstation, with the data available in Residency Explorer on the interview piece of this process as well, that we're seeing such overall streamlining of this process for the programs that are using the software. All of these tools are complementary in using Eris and as part of this collaboration. For the programs that are using other solutions, you are going to have to purchase components of Thalamus. There is ways to move data. You can export CSV files. You can export PDFs with whatever piece or application software that you're using. But we're building really an entire ecosystem for this community. And the best way to streamline that data and these processes is through the AAMC and Thalamus collaboration and using Eris and using that Eris API, which also syncs several elements of data bidirectionally and allows for reporting on your program in Residency Explorer and the data being available within the Dean's Workstation and otherwise as well. And so we're really trying to build this entire ecosystem that makes this process better for everyone. And that's really the main driver of everything we're doing and everything we've discussed in this webinar series and today as well. Gabrielle, anything to add there?
I would like to add one thing. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to add just the question around how can someone work with your team, Jason, to help create what the future looks like. I think what I'd like to share is that we've been working with the specialties, I think all along, particularly the last couple of years, in co-creating what the future looks like. Just now, Jason was sharing the different pilots that are underway for this coming year, looking at specialty-specific questions, the program signal statement. And I think we recognize that specialties are very different. And how can we meet you where you are, and help you identify those applicants that are most important for your programs, for your specialty, and how can we do that in a way that aligns with where your specialty is going. So we really look forward to those conversations and what that future looks like. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Gabrielle. Question just, is ERIS data made public? Yes, you can find ERIS data, historical data on the ERIS statistics page. Really excited about this. It shows, or we've always had this out there, but it does show historical application data by specialty. It also shows cross-apply data. And one of the things we're working on is revamping that page to integrate it with other AAMC data that includes information just about the potential applicant pool and other AAMC tools such as the vSLO. And I don't know, Gabrielle, if you want to talk a little bit about that as well.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I think what's incredibly valuable about the relationship that the AAMC has with our institutions and with the learners across the continuum is that we interact all the way across, from the point of thinking about taking the MCAT exam all the way through until applying into fellowships. And for us, what we'd like to work with you on are, what are those key questions? What are those areas that you would most want to learn from all of that data across the continuum? And that goes from applying into medical school. We have a number of surveys that we run across every year of medical school: matriculating student questionnaire, the year 2 questionnaire, the graduation questionnaire. Those students who take away rotations, where are they going? Where are they applying? What specialties are they applying into for those away rotations? How can we share that data back into the Dean's Workstation, which we actually just did this year? So that away rotation vSLO data is now within the Dean's Workstation, pulling that into other parts of this process. And then pulling that into the ERIS applications, and then even GME track and where people are practicing. I mean, that's really that long-term continuum from inspiration to practice. And we recognize that that data can be very valuable for specialties as they're doing their workforce planning, for programs, for institutions as they're looking at who is applying into your program and rotating at your program at your institution through that process. And so we want to be your partner in that. We recognize that you have a lot of questions about the data, particularly that we have on our website. And so we are looking at different ways of innovating to allow for you to dive into that data and answer those questions that you have in a way that is much more streamlined, digestible, and fast. So more to come.
And to build on that, I mean, I think that's, to me, still the most exciting part of this collaboration is the amount of data that's available to the community. And we covered this in the specific webinar on what data is available. But yeah, the cross-specialty data is very, very interesting because it's helping us learn more about the interview distributions and what do the competitiveness of various specialties look like, and how do we guide applicants as well. But yeah, really working with the community, and Thalamus goes to several of these discussions as well to help understand how we can bring technology to this space and use it to make more of that data readily available. And so we really appreciate being able to have those discussions with the specialties. We also, both of our organizations do it with the programs and the institutions as well, but really understanding what is the next thing, or the biggest challenge that your institution, program, specialty is facing, and how can we bring solutions to solve those challenges. And I think that's where this is starting to get really, really exciting, because the technology that we've built is really supporting the process as it exists today. But what does that look like for tomorrow? And also, how does that connect to broader things like the overall physician workforce and a physician's overall career journey, and states' needs for physicians and the national needs for physicians, and ensuring representative physician workforces with various patient populations and such as well. And so this all ties together across that continuum that Gabrielle spoke about. And I think that is really the future value of where this collaboration lies, and a lot of where we're overall headed with the North Star that we've talked about in this webinar series, and driving this collaboration with the mission alignment both of our organizations have here as well.
Great. I don't see any more questions. I'll ask Gabrielle and Jason for any closing remarks that you'd like to share.
Sure. And if there are other questions, maybe sure, but go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for spending time with us today. I know that you've had a lot of questions. I would ask Jason to again point folks to where they can go to learn more about the specific products and the specific tasks within the wonderful academy that they've built with Thalamus. We have really just enjoyed working with the Thalamus team over the last couple of years. We're continuing to innovate together. It's been really exciting to see what happens when two organizations can come together to create something really powerful for the community. And I'm really excited about the Metacratic announcement, because I think that's just going to help move that innovation even faster to improve your jobs on a daily basis, really with very thoughtful application of the AI principles that the AAMC has released that Jason mentioned for the AI principles for use within admissions and selection, which you can find on the AAMC website. But I think the future is incredibly exciting, and I'm so excited that you're going to be part of it. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, agreed. Very excited about that. To Gabrielle's point, if you go to thalamusgme.com, which is our website, you'll see the announcement for the acquisition of Metacratic today, as well as the press release and the FAQs, which I think is just a really good read to understand where we're going with that. But if you click on resources and you go to the AAMC collaboration page, which is thalamusgme.com/eris-collaboration, you'll see the main web page of everything, kind of the mission control we use, and the AAMC has a similar page of what's available to your program, how to get access to Thalamus, which this year again is registering your program for ERIS, and that will kick off the automated onboarding. It includes training resources, including our entire live Zoom kind of webinar and training series. We have a brand new one this year to get the programs ready for the season, so you can find information about that there. These are all free. There's also various other live trainings about various components of Thalamus. There's asynchronous and previously recorded trainings. There are video snippets, all of which cover essentially the entirety of the Thalamus products. We have an entire full knowledge base and user guide. We have Thalamus University Online Academy, which is a didactic-based way to learn about the nooks and crannies of Thalamus. We have our all of what I just said above is entirely complimentary and available to any programs whenever they would like, and applicants as well. There's some applicant-specific information too. Aside from that, we also have an advanced certification seminar, which is a super user training course that is a paid option. We also have custom institutional and specialty specific and program specific trainings as well. But there's a lot of different ways to learn. That is on that ERIS collaboration page on our website, as well as various resources, including resources for applicants, and lots of different ways to get involved and get in contact with us as needed. And so we continuously update that. It is updated for this season. It includes all of the updated information. If you have any questions, again, in any Thalamus page, you can click the help button in the bottom right-hand corner of any page. And from there, you're able to contact our customer care team, or you're able to email us as well. And again, we also have assigned people to your programs and institutions also. So a lot more coming from us. And yeah, of all of the Thalamus products, Everything is now offered complimentary through the Eris and Thalamus collaboration, other than Thalamus Video, which is an additional fee. But if you're going to use Zoom, Teams, or WebEx, you're able to connect those to Thalamus at no additional charge. So whichever way you'd like to do this, in any which way, shape, or form, we are excited to be working with everyone again in the third season of the Thalamus and Eris collaboration, an AAMC collaboration. And so, yeah, this is going to wrap up our 6-part webinar series this summer, which we were really excited to roll out, these innovation conversations and these demos as well. We appreciate all the questions that were submitted beforehand, the really great questions that popped up today as well. The questions don't have to stop after this. The conversations with the community certainly won't either. And so we look forward to continuing to engage with everyone as we continue on this collaboration. And Patrick, Gabrielle, anything else to say before we wrap this up?
Thank you to the community. It's really been a partnership with you all as well to make the impact that we've made in this short time. And as we said, this is really the beginning. And so there's a lot of opportunity to build on what's happened and what's been done. So thank you for joining us today, and looking forward to another great season.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And we'd love to get your feedback on the session and the series. There's an evaluation that will come up on your screen as soon as we close out. A reminder, we did record the session. We'll email you once it's ready. On behalf of the AAMC, have a great day.